ignited the world by accident. Okay, so it's going to get funny as it progresses. The first few are pretty standard. Number 10, penicillin, invented by Alexander Fleming. Now this dude was just chilling one day. He was making a bacterial culture, alright, he's just sitting there, and suddenly he starts to see mold. And then when he tests this mold, what he was actually trying to achieve was this. But then what he achieved in the next 10 years was curing gonorrhea, as you can see. And a lot of male same-sex love stories in the world. Cornflakes. This is pretty boring. This guy was helping out his friend, alright, and he was a pharma student. What's up, pharma students? He was, actually he had to leave the boiled wheat out in the sun, and he left it for too long because I don't know what he was doing. Dynamite. So Alfred Nobel, as you might all know, the maker of the Nobel Prize, this guy was trying to stabilize nitroglycerin. So he found out that there was a rock mixture which actually stabilized nitroglycerin pretty well. And what he was trying to achieve was, he was helping out the civil engineers, and what he was trying to achieve was blasting rocks. But what he actually achieved, people thought, okay, you can blast rocks, you can blast people, never mind, let's blast people. Number 7, Velcro. This was pretty weird. This one French guy, because all French guys are scientists, he was walking his dog, and his dog got infected with stuff like that, and it just got stuck on his leg. And he's like, okay, cool, you infect my dog, I'll just make a product out of you. No. So he made stuff like that. If you all have seen the movie Bruno, you'll be familiar with that. And Velcro bags, which is the greatest invention. I mean, it's the best thing that ever happened to mankind. Rasgulla. This guy, Robin Chandra Das. This guy was sitting in his sweet shop in Kolkata, and he left his assistant to make some jalebis. So he had this hot kadai of sweet syrup, and he took all the paneer balls which were used to make jalebi, and he put them in the kadai for too long. And so what he wanted to achieve was jalebi, but what he actually made was 10 times better. That's what I think. What do you feel? Number 5, Coca-Cola. This is one of the best things. I mean, I love Coca-Cola, I hate Pepsi. So for all you Pepsi lovers out there, screw you. He was also a pharma student, and he started cure headaches, alright. But what he actually achieved was, instead of opening happiness, he opened obesity. I mean, you can be the judge of that, but you know what, I mean, yeah. So, number 4, Pakistan. And you're trying to have lunch with someone else, and the waiter just keeps stuffing. You want the main course, but he just keeps giving you the sides. So India and England were having lunch one day, and they were like, and the waiter comes to him and he's like, so please Pakistan. And India and England just want to have lunch, figure out how to divide stuff, and then so please Pakistan. So what he wanted to achieve was a peaceful state, but as you can see, America, we have atomic bomb for you. Okay. Number 3, the internet. This was I don't know where I'd be without this. So it was invented by a lot of scientists. What they actually wanted to do was just transfer raw data and facilitate. LSD. Okay. Now this guy, in the war he's killing in Nazi Germany, alright. He has nothing to do, he's a scientist, except for killing people. But so he takes his drug lysergic diethylamide and he wants to examine the effects. What he does is he actually eats some of it. And what he wanted to see was how to analyze it with psychotherapy patients, another pharma students. What's up, pharma students? He wanted to analyze the psycho effects, but what he actually achieved was hallucinations, different colors. He could hear, he could see, he could hear lots of different sounds. Number 1, Viagra. Making love stories happen since 1945. This was invented by scientists at Pfizer. What they actually wanted to do was moderate your heartbeat, but they found out that it wasn't that effective. And then they looked at all the common side effects, and it was leading to something else, which it was leading to I mean, long periods of